Hello and welcome back together to my first episode for this year on the weekend update on the financial market. My name is Jens and like always we discuss the price action of the following assets: S&P 500, US oil, gold and Bitcoin. We discuss price action on the weekly, daily and 4-hour time frame so that you know what to do in the markets the weeks ahead. And I show you, like always, my trades I'm personally taking. Let's start directly with the weekly on the S&P 500 index. Here on the weekly, we can see that the market is making higher highs and higher lows. So an intact uptrend hasn't changed yet, even if we see here a MACD divergence to price, which normally leads to a correction. Like we can see here back in the days, rising prices, declining indicator, and the result was also falling prices. This correction was pretty massive. I don't think that the correction will be that huge this time, but a pullback to this weekly orange uptrend line should be reasonable. Let's drop to the daily time frame. Here you can see that the daily white solid uptrend line got broken to the downside and we changed from higher highs and higher lows to lower lows and lower highs. So from an uptrend to a downtrend. So the correction is ongoing and I expect it to continue lower to this weekly orange uptrend line, or around that level at least. If we drop down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see it in more detail. Here I was able to draw in a 4-hour blue dotted downtrend line. If that one should get broken to the upside, retest, and the retest broken again to the upside, that would change my mind that we will not retest this lower prices here and start from here directly into the new uptrend. And I would also trade it and inform you next weekend in my video update like usually. But for now, I think the most likely scenario is that we will turn somewhere here and then see lower prices, a retest of this weekly uptrend, and then a change again to higher highs and higher lows, and finally a break of this downtrend, and then a continuation into 2025 with higher highs for the index. That's the plan I want to trade, probably around this area or even here, and I would inform you about my trading in the video reports. Another possibility is that we will down see lower prices from here, and this here was already a double bottom scenario, and we see the breakout, retest, break of the retest to the upside, and then this spot here would be a good entry for long positions. At the moment I have no open trading position in the S&P 500 index, and yeah, that's it all directly for the S&P 500 index. And now I want to go with you together to US oil. With US oil, I also want to start with you on the weekly time frame, where each candle represents 1 week of price action. Here you can see in red solid the monthly downtrend line. That one got broken to the upside, and since then we are moving inside this weekly correction. The weekly orange solid downtrend line got also broken to the upside, but since then we haven't seen a huge pull to the upside yet. Maybe that comes the following year, we will see. So far the price got supported by the 200 moving average, then that changed and the 200 moving average turned from support to resistance, so we have seen lower prices. But here you can see already at the weekly time frame that we are building out a base here where price struggles to fall lower, and also the weekly MACD indicator is crossing slightly to the upside. If we go one time frame lower to the daily time frame, you can see this weekly triangle that was formed here. Then we have seen the breakout to the downside, a retest, and again lower prices, building then out a base on the daily level, bouncing again into a triangle, breaking out of the triangle, making a retest, and then the breakout finally to the upside. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see also my trade I was taking there. Finally a positive trade for US oil. After the break of this daily triangle, I was able to draw in this 4-hour blue dotted downtrend line. The moment that one got broken to the upside, I was watching this pullback to it, and then it was clear if we see prices above this correction here, then I will enter a long position with my stop loss below this corrective movement. And that's what I was taking, with 0.5% of my account balance at risk, or a little bit over $500 US. And the take profit was placed slightly below a weekly or even monthly support and resistance zone, where it is more likely that price decides to turn against my traded direction and makes some retests. Yeah, so far the trade went into my direction. I also moved my stop loss to my entry level, so this trade is now risk-free, except the fees I was paying for the trade, and my take profit ain't that far away anymore. At $75 per barrel, I would get taken out with my take profit, and that would mean 1.5% in profit with the account balance, or nearly 1,500 US dollars. That's the plan. There's the possibility that we will see, before we reach a take profit, some pullbacks, and then a finally reaching the take profit, or a breakdown, and then a take out of my entry level. That would mean I will lose nothing on the trade, but also gain nothing on this trade and get stopped out. And then we could move lower. But I don't think that's the more likely scenario, so I am expecting rising prices. How far, that we will see and discuss in future episodes. But that's actually all to say about US oil for now, so let's switch to gold. Here at gold, at the weekly time frame, it looks absolutely beautiful for all long-term investors. We had a hard time getting above this resistance zone here, but the moment we made it above, price was rising pretty significantly to the upside. Then a correction, another huge impulse, and now we are in another correction. The MACD ain't crossing, or is crossing to the downside, but no MACD divergence, so nothing speaks against an uptrend that will continue. So let's drop down to the daily time frame, because there's the possibility that there's more of a correction to come. My expectancy was after the break of this daily uptrend line that we will see an A, B, C correction. At the moment, it's a little bit choppy, and I also burned my fingers right here. You can see it at the 4-hour time frame as soon as I will switch to that. Yeah, it's unclear if we will see leg C testing this weekly orange uptrend line again, and from there on start higher prices and a new weekly uptrend, or if that here was already the lowest point of this correction and then we will see a break above this daily white dotted downtrend line and a break above point B here, and then a continuation of the uptrend sooner than expected. If we drop to the 4-hour time frame, you can see my failed trade here. I was expecting that after we see here this support zone getting broken to the downside, what happened, and then a retest and a break of the retest again to the upside, then we will continue into this direction. The safe entry, I said it already in my last update, would be below this retest, but I was a little bit greedy and used this really small retest here, and I said if we break below that, I want to enter into a short position. I got into this short position, and directly the market returned and stopped me out of the market. It was only 0.5% of my account balance, or nearly $500 I was risking, so not that much of a deal. But I learned again my lesson, and I will stay out of gold until it's getting clearer to me what gold is actually doing. So my plan so far is either rate that we will really see this leg C unfold, and then again speculate on rising prices again, or we don't see lower prices, and point A here was already low of the correction. We will see directly higher prices, then a break above this downtrend line in combination with this blue for support and resistance zone, and a retest, break of the retest to the upside. That would be again a good opportunity to get long, either here with the first position and here maybe with the second position. We will see what the market will give us, and then trade gold again long and not short, because that's the major uptrend, so it should be the most profitable way for gold the next year, or this year, because 2025 already started 5 days ago. Yeah, that's my plan for gold. If you have any questions, please comment in the comment section. I will answer them as good as possible. Let's switch to Bitcoin against the US dollar. Yeah, there we are. Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. By the way, this here was the losing trade in gold, so you can see it in my trading history, minus $560 to be completely transparent here. Yeah, back to Bitcoin weekly time frame. Beautiful chart. We finally met like expected and talked about in the last update. We met price and the 10-week moving average, what Bitcoin did also in the last bull run, until we reached finally the top of the movement. So that's a good sign. We can see already a new green candle here on the weekly. If we drop down to the daily time frame, we can see that the daily wide uptrend is still intact. We had here a MACD divergence to price and have seen already correction. Maybe that was the correction. Maybe there's more to follow. Retesting again this wide solid uptrend line, absolutely possible. But MACD also is crossing to the upside and turning from red to green, so a bullish sign. And if we drop to the 4 time frame, you can also argue that this here is an A, B, C correction and that this downtrend is broken to the upside. I was waiting for a good pullback to get then long. Here we have seen a pullback. I was hoping for a larger pullback, so it gets a little bit cleaner in the trading decision. But the moment we have seen a break of this to the upside, I was deciding to enter the market at least with a small position, so risking 0.5% again of my account balance or $500. And yeah, so I'm actually in the trade, nearly around a break even, $10 in profit. Yeah, and I would like to enter with again 0.5% or $500 at risk if we see price getting above point B here. Then the ABC outbreak is confirmed and I hope for higher prices. The stop loss is like usually below point C of this ABC correction, and the take profit would be taken measured with the Fibonacci tool here, slightly below this Fibonacci retracement, around 118 or nearly $19,000 per Bitcoin, and that would bring me, with the trade I'm in at the moment, $1,150. And if I add the second barrel here, that would nearly double. Yes, so then I would also risk 1% of my account balance and not only 0.5. Yeah, that's the expectancy for Bitcoin at the moment. But at Bitcoin, nothing is impossible. So there's also the likelihood that we will see here a break lower, retesting this daily uptrend before then seeing prices again changing from a downtrend to an uptrend and then continuing the overall bull trend, because I don't think that Bitcoin has already made his all-time high for this cycle, 4-year cycle. I think there's way more to come. Yeah, so staying bullish on Bitcoin, already in a small trade. Maybe I will enlarge the trade. And yeah, I will update you like usual next weekend. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I hope you have a great start in the new year. Bye bye.